Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to answer which stock is a better buy, Microsoft stock or Amazon stock. Of course, MSFT Microsoft was down 28.69% in 2022, whereas Amazon AMZN stock was down 49.62% in 2022. So let's look at a few different metrics and I'll answer the question by the end of the video. First, let's look at quarterly revenue growth going back to before 2014. And you could see here that Amazon has the edge in quarterly revenue growth, beating out Microsoft for most of the quarters and beating it handily. Even though that has narrowed in the more recent quarters, and Microsoft has taken the edge in two out of the last, I would say three out of the last four quarters. Still, longer term, I expect Amazon to grow faster than Microsoft. In the near term, Amazon is a little bit pressured because of reopening economies, has diverted consumer spending on away from home experiences, less on buying things from Amazon.com. So, advantage on revenue growth to Amazon. Moving on, let's look at operating income and let's look at operating profit margin. And looking at operating income, you could see Microsoft is way ahead of Amazon in terms of operating profitability, and its operating profitability is expanding, whereas Amazon was expanding but has recently been coming down as it overinvested in capacity. It has way too many employees. I did a video on how many employees it hired and how it needs to continue firing. It announced 18,000 layoffs, and in the video I suggested it needs to do way more. So I think Amazon's going to be pressured in terms of profitability several more quarters. And then if you just look at the operating margin trailing 12 months, look at that huge difference. Microsoft 41% operating profit margin, incredible. I love this kind of operating profit margin company that can earn these levels of operating profits. It just shows the pricing power the business has, the growth in the business, the cost control, disciplined, all of that. I love what it says about a company. And look at Amazon, 2.58% in its most recent quarter. Amazon has never had an operating profit margin over 10%. So advantage in profitability to Microsoft by a wide margin. Next, let's look at cash flow from operations. And again, Microsoft has the advantage of increasing. Amazon was growing faster. However, in terms of cash flow from operations, however, in the most recent year, that has came down, and I expect that to continue into 2023 for the same reasons I mentioned earlier. It overinvested in capacity. It's going to pressure profitability and cash flow from operations. Meanwhile, Microsoft did not do the same overinvestment, and it's still growing its top line while being measured in terms of its investments. So I expect this advantage to continue for Microsoft. Finally, let's look at valuation. Let's compare the two on their price to earnings ratio forward. Microsoft is trading at a price to earnings of 24, while Amazon is at 54, more than twice as expensive as Microsoft. And given the near-term headwinds that Amazon faces, I do not believe that valuation premium is justified right now. And for that reason, I'm going to say Microsoft stock is the better buy right now between the two. So there you have it. Microsoft for the win. That's all I've got for this video. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.